Hello everyone, welcome back to Little English Corner. My name is Ross and I'm very happy that you are here with me today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. This is a simple and friendly place where you can practice English every day through easy and natural conversations. In today's lesson, I will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand easily. You can relax and just enjoy listening. Today we are going to talk about a very common and useful topic in daily life, and that is your weekend. Talking about your weekend is something people do all the time in English. It is a great way to start a conversation and connect with others. In this lesson, you will learn how to talk about your weekend, how to describe your activities, and how to speak about the past in a simple way. Let's begin with a simple idea. The weekend usually includes Saturday and Sunday. For many people, it is a time to relax, have fun, and spend time with family or friends. When someone asks you about your weekend, you can talk about what you usually do, or what you did last weekend. For example, you can say that on the weekend you like to relax. You may stay at home, watch movies, or listen to music. Some people enjoy going out. They meet friends, eat at restaurants, or go to a cafe. Others like to be active. They play sports, go for a walk, or exercise. Here are some simple examples. On the weekend, I usually relax. I stay at home and watch movies. Sometimes I go out with my friends and drink coffee. These are very simple sentences, but they are very useful in real life. Now let's talk about Saturday. Saturday is often a busy day. Many people wake up a little later than usual. They eat breakfast, then do some activities. For example, on Saturday, I wake up late and have a nice breakfast. After that, I go for a walk or go shopping. In the afternoon, I might meet my friends. In the evening, I like to watch a movie or listen to music. This is a simple way to describe a typical Saturday. And now let's move to Sunday. Sunday is usually quieter. It is often a day for rest and preparation. On Sunday, I usually stay at home. I clean my room, read a book, or listen to music. Sometimes I spend time with my family. In the evening, I prepare for the new week. I think about my work or my studies, and I get ready for Monday. This is how many people spend their Sunday. Now let's talk about common weekend activities. People do many different things on the weekend. Some people go shopping, some people play sports like football or basketball, some people visit their parents or relatives, others like to travel. They go to the beach, visit another city, or take photos. These activities are all common and easy to talk about. When you talk about the past, you can use simple past forms. For example, instead of saying I stay at home, you say I stayed at home. Instead of I watch TV, you say I watch TV. For example, you can say last weekend I stayed at home and watched TV. Or you can say last weekend I went out and met my friends. These are simple and useful ways to talk about past experiences. You can also ask other people about their weekend. This is very common in daily conversation. For example, you can ask, what did you do last weekend? This is a very useful question. Another question is, did you have a good weekend? These questions help you start a conversation and show interest in the other person. Imagine a simple situation. You meet a friend on Monday. You can ask, what did you do last weekend? Your friend may say, I stayed at home and relaxed. Or they may say, I went out and met my friends. Then you can continue the conversation by asking more questions or sharing your own experience. Sometimes people have very exciting weekends. They may travel, go to events, or try new activities. For example, someone may say, last weekend I went to the beach. It was beautiful and relaxing. Another person may say, I went to a concert with my friends. It was very fun. These sentences are simple, but they help you express your experiences clearly. Other times, weekends are quiet and simple. You can say, I stayed at home and rested. I watched movies and cooked food. I didn't go out. This is also a very natural way to speak. Talking about your weekend is not only useful for English practice, but it also helps you connect with people. When you share your experiences, people understand you better. When you ask questions, you show that you care about others. This makes communication more natural and friendly. The most important thing is to keep your sentences simple. You don't need to use difficult words or long sentences. Simple English is enough. For example, you can say, I went out, I stayed home, I met friends, I watched a movie. These short sentences are clear and easy to understand. Now let's review what we talked about today. You learned how to talk about your weekend using simple present and past sentences. You learned how to describe your activities on Saturday and Sunday. You also learned how to ask questions like, "What did you do last weekend?" and "Did you have a good weekend?" These are very useful expressions that you can use in real-life conversations. Thank you very much for listening to Little English Corner. I hope this lesson helps you feel more confident when you speak English. Remember, practice a little every day and you will improve step by step. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now and keep practicing your English every day.